Alright, new video. So I was gonna make a video ranking all my viewers' builds, but before doing that, I wanted to make a tier list of my own builds. Just like have something, I don't know, like just to compare with. So this is purely a power ranking. If something is fun but terrible, it's going in D tier. If it's powerful but boring, it's still S tier. It's a purely power ranking. Yeah, you can check out all of my builds, all of them. I'm going to be ranking them in order of them releasing. I'm also including these videos, the ones where, like this one right here, the spellbook and the shield bow and all that stuff. I'm counting that too, because those are, I also made a build for these ones. It's just that they aren't part of the build series. I just made a build with them. Same thing with the saber one, which is the newest one right here. So let's just go straight to it. Okay, so my first build ever, it's Ray Strike 2, Combo 3, Quick Hit 1, Charge 3, Follow Up 3, and Riposte 3. With the Quarterstaff. It's my very first build. It's a Quarterstaff. So, first up, I would say, is that Combo 3 is kind of a waste. You probably won't reach that very often. But aside from that, no, it's Quarterstaff. Quarterstaff alone makes the build broken. I want to try to speedrun through this. I don't want to make this a 50-minute video like my last one. So the minigun build. The minigun build was Burst 3, Shadow 2, Luck 2, or Explosive, which Explosive was probably a better play. Rapid 3, Hunter's Mark 3, and Kenai 3, or Butkin. So it's a minigun build. These things are just S tier no matter what. You're going the Zukanu crossbow. It's broken. The next one is my least popular build. I'm not surprised this one flopped because it's super gimmicky, but it's a Star Magic minigun build. So this build is really goofy. It's specifically using the Starfire and nothing else. So it's a good build, but it's going in B tier. Lowest of B tier for another reason that we'll get to later. Our next one is the one-shot build. My first one, actually. These black thumbnail videos are going to be reserved for remastered versions of those builds, which actually I'm gonna quickly write down on my phone to remaster that Quarterstaff video, because I do think it would probably be better if I changed a few things there. Anyway, so this one-shot build is kind of okay. The problem is that I didn't notice how broken Berserk was when I made this video. The skill list is Quick Hit 3, First Impressions 3, Armor Piercing 3 in optional, Charge 2 or 3, and Coup de Grace 3. So, first up, Coup de Grace, one of the worst skills in the game, so instantly dropped down a few. The weapon was supposed to be the Warhammer, but I never got it in that video, so I went Halberd instead, which is another not so good weapon. So it still did pretty good, but honestly I'm going to put it like low C tier, because again, the remastered versions of these builds, they completely outclass them. Okay, this one is the Palatine Axis video. So the Axis is probably the best weapon in the game, if not including the Quarterstaff. Quarterstaff is the best weapon in the game. The Axis is probably the next best one. The Axis is so insanely overpowered, it's so dumb. So the skill list for this one was Might 3, Might 3, Berserk 3, Combo 1, and First Impressions 3, and Charge 2, Bounce Around 3, and Coup de Grace 3. So first, Coup de Grace lowers it down to A tier alone, just that by itself. And despite that, it was still a broken build. Berserk is a great choice, but Combo 1 is perfect. You don't want to go too high on Combo. And First Impressions, yeah, makes sense. We're gonna put it in A tier. The only reason it's not in B tier is because it's the Axis, and the Axis by itself is already broken. The next one is the shotgun build, quad shotgun build. It's Burst Fire 3, Shadow 2, Luck Arrows 1 or 2, or Explosive. And then techniques are Rapid Fire, Blast Away, and Hunter's Mark. So the first issue is there's no Power Shot. Power Shot basically carries shotgun builds. Despite that, this is still a really good build, and we're going to put it in the highest of B tier. Again, the only reason it's lower is because of the remastered variant that I made. Also, shotgun builds are kind of weird because they double as a minigun too. You don't need to use the shotgun part, it's just that if you have it, you're better off to do it. But you could ignore it and just go a minigun build that has blast away. But you don't want to do that either, you're losing damage. My Rage Strike build, I don't even have to look at this one because I know it's already going into the bottom of C tier. So this build was completely designed with only Rage Strike and nothing else. The idea was to get as much rage as you possibly could to an insane degree, just super crazy amount of rage. And then blast whatever enemy you want with 10,000 rage. Now the issue with that is that having only rage as your thing, yeah, no, that's, as you can imagine, it's probably not a good idea to go only one might skill. So this is one of the worst builds I've made, but it's also very effective despite that because Rage Strike is just insanely overpowered. My Sniper build. This is my most popular build, and I think it's at 1.6k views, which is incredible. I can't believe. Out of all videos, I didn't expect the Sniper one, but it's really cool. I love that. Sniper is really fun. So we're gonna put this at the bottom of A tier. It's just your average sniper build. Kenai should have been replaced with Botkin, but it also works with Kenai. Power Shot, Long Shot, and Explosive, and Luck. It's just your average sniper build. It's very powerful, but it's kind of, sometimes it can be hard to be far away from the enemies so you can actually get value out of Long Shot, but if you do it correctly, you're more than fine. Why does it rain so hard over here? You can hear that, I know you can. It's so stupid. This next build is really weird. It's a build designed to have only just do one combo, a single combo that kills the enemy instantly. It's pretty crazy. So the idea is combo 3, Rage Strike 3, Deliberate 3, and then Riposte, Follow Up, and Looming Death. So you would let Looming Death get everything around you, Riposte to just get more focus, and then Follow Up to make that combo last longer. And then Deliberate Strike just increases your damage by a crap ton. So this build, it's weird, because it does revolve around waiting a lot. And Looming Death just kind of sucks. It's not that good. And I have another build that kind of just outclasses this one because it does basically the exact same thing, just better in every single way possible. So we're going to be putting this under the actually no, probably above the other one-shot build. These next few builds are so old that I barely remember. I remember the Sickles one, but the Airstrike build, I need to see this real quick. Okay, they just despawn. Okay, that's insane. This is a pretty good one. It's just your average shotgun build, but you know, yeah, just your average shotgun build, but with slow fall. Is it better than the other shotgun build? I don't know. It's just that slow fall 1 is kind of a waste. Actually, you know what? Nah, never mind. Slowfall 3 makes this build more accessible. Slowfall 1 by itself makes you basically invincible. I don't have to even think about this one. My Elemental Bow build is going in D tier. It was Poison and Lightning, which are two of the worst bow skills. And it's just not a good build, not at all. So this dual sickles build is my very first build of charge and power leap, and this is where I noticed. Yeah, no, charge and power leap is a crazy combo. So it's charge, power leap, and follow up 3. Then for might, it's combo 2, rage strike 3, and quick hit 1. So that's insane, and that's going into S tier. Lowest of S tier though. We got the burst rifle tier list, which is literally just a sniper build with burst fire. So that alone drops it a little bit because yeah, it could technically do more damage. It's just that you have to aim more. So we're putting it at the lowest of B tier. Actually, yeah, never mind. I'm gonna put it a little higher than that. The spellbook. This spellbook is literally the same thing as my magic missile, or not magic missile, my magic starfire minigun build, but better because it has the book. I got to the point where a single shot from starfire, not a single shot, but like a single burst of that a spell, did 3,000 damage. And the thing is about starfire is that the length of the spell basically nullifies the cooldown because by the time it's over, your cooldown is done. So you could just constantly deal 3,000 damage over and over again. We're putting this low A tier because it is very micro heavy. You need to micromanage all of your spells a lot. But if you learn how to play mage like I do, then yes, this is a broken build. Okay, here we have another S tier. My AoE magic build. The whole point of this build is to use forest, ice, and star magic to go crazy on the entire everything. Every time I use this build in public servers, people get mad at me because why am I killing them so quickly? How am I doing that? You know, this build is broken. You can kill enemies incredibly quickly, entire groups of enemies. Sometimes if you manage to get all 3 spells before the first boss, you can very, very easily clear out the entire first boss instantly, in a few milliseconds, basically, if you cast correctly. Here we have some of my worst builds. We have not go AFK and still win. This is a really goofy build where you use deflect, looming death, and deliberate strike to just disappear. You can just go AFK for a few seconds, hide behind a shield, and let enemies basically end themselves by letting the deflect kill them. And then if any enemy doesn't have deflect, looming death and deliberate strike just grinds out all of your iron strikes. So you can literally do nothing and still win because of this. Aside from that, this build kind of sucks. Deflect is not a great skill since not all enemies actually get not a lot of enemies shoot very quickly, and the enemies that do shoot really quickly, well, usually they're not that hard to deal with. Like arc mages, purple mages are annoying. They have a lot of health and no armor, so that means that armor piercing doesn't work and stuff like that. But no, it's just that most enemies with projectiles are easy to deal with. So I can't really put this very high. I think I'll put it at the highest of D tier. How to fly and iron strike, that's F tier, or D tier. You cannot die. You fly so high that you literally cannot die. But you can't deal damage either. The whole point of the build is to fly. So you don't have any skills. You don't deal damage. You just can't die. So you're just put in this infinite stalemate of never dying but never winning. Finally, my one-shot build of mage. This is the very first time I was able to get a one-shot on the final boss of normal runs. With 7,200 damage. It took me forever to actually get this video to work. It took a ton of attempts. But it did work. It was very satisfying. It was using lightning magic, which is very overpowered. Aside from that, this build generally just... It's so complicated for 7,000 damage in a single hit which you can probably do the same thing, same amount of damage, by going multiple different spells and just doing them one by one. So lowest of B tier, because lightning magic is really just broken. The rapier build is low A tier. This is very specific build, but also one of my favorites. Rapier has very fast Iron Strike regen, meaning that if you block, you get half your focus bar, basically. But if you go riposte, you get the whole thing, the whole bar. So if you just constantly heavy block with this weapon, you get an Iron Strike, and then you get another each block. And if you get Counter Strike, you get 100 extra damage. So the idea of the build is to block, hit, block, hit, block, hit, and just keep doing that over and over again. And each hit was dealing 300 damage, which is crazy. I didn't think it would be that strong. Most OP build in Iron Strike. Would I say that? That was kind of clickbait, honestly. The title is a little clickbait, but at the same time, I have no idea what the heck I did with this. I was in the airport when I made this build. I was like on my notes on my phone. I was like, what if I make a build with Vengeance and just lose HP on purpose, but also make myself invincible with Sturdy Metal so I don't die? Yeah, well, I did that, and I kid you not, this is probably the highest DPS I've ever gotten in this game before, dealing 500, 600, maybe 800 damage every hit, and you hit once every second, or twice, or 3 times every second, depending on how you swing. So the idea was you use Vengeance, you let the enemy hit you, but you have Sturdy and Metal, which, if you don't know, Sturdy and Metal make you basically immortal, so you cannot take any damage. So you get hit on purpose, the damage is nullified, you get a free Iron Strike, and you just do that over and over again until there's a 50 trillion Iron Strikes on the enemy. And then use Combo to increase that damage, which, by the way, Combo has one of the highest damage multipliers in the game, if you use it to its maximum potential. I can't say S tier, because although the damage is insane, just because I know the damage is insane, it's raining again, goddammit. The damage is crazy, but it also takes forever to get this. But at the same time, you take no damage, so there's no point in not risking it. You can't risk what you can't lose. So, A tier, bottom of A tier. And here's my melee shotgun build. This is when I found out that Reflex Reload is actually kind of busted. Reflex Reload makes it so when you walk into an enemy's range, you get free arrows, just instantly reload your bow. So if you just go Arbalista, which has a max of 2 arrows, you could just instantly shotgun. You can use Blast Away to get an instant shotgun blast. So you just go one enemy, pew, boom, 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 that enemy dies. Go to the next enemy, reload, and then another blast. You just keep doing that over and over again. So, yeah, no, I really, really like this build. And it really changed my mind on Reflex Reload. I never thought it was that good. But no, Reflex Reload is actually pretty decent. It's probably better than... I would say it's better than the Sniper build, in my opinion. It's crazy. Anyways, next one is the Shield Bow. So, just alone, the Shield Bow drops at a tier. The Shield Bow is not a good weapon. It is a very big noob trap. It's only good if you suck at the game. The idea is a shotgun build. So, yeah, shotgun build right here. But, you deal less damage. So, it fucking sucks. It's probably better than... Probably not better... Actually, top of C tier. Because it's still a shotgun build. Shotgun builds are crazy. Plus, the Shield Bow has some nice synergy with shotgun builds, but it's just not worth going when you can go slow fall level 1 and you're fine. Remastered one-shot build, yes, S tier. I don't even have to talk about it that much. It's just the shotgun build that I made first, but better because it has charge and power leap. Charge and power leap is overpowered. I don't care what you say. It is one of the best skill combos you can make. in normal runs, not endless mode. And in endless mode, you're kind of just ruined the game. But my time stop video. This is a really goofy build. Um, it's just a shotgun build, but you abuse the time stop glitch. So we're just gonna put it in B tier and nothing else. Next up is my 20,000 damage in a single hit with Melee Mage. I cannot stress to you how much I wish the Melee Mage was good, because I love Mage. It's one of my favorite things to do in this game. I love Melee. It's one of my favorite things to do in this game. So, having a melee attack as a mage sounds amazing. Look at this clip of me styling with the mage staff. It's so cool. The problem is that melee mage is one of the weakest things in this entire game. It only does damage if you cast spells. The thing is that spells are so overpowered that you don't have like if you cast a spell on an enemy, that enemy dies instantly, and you get like what, 50 extra damage. Only 50 extra damage basically when you spend a bunch of mana on a spell. So it just sucks. It's just not good. You know how long it took me to get a 20,000 damage hit with this weapon? 20 minutes of constantly spamming skills or spells. Spamming spells, one spell to another spell to another spell, over and over again for 20 minutes for a single hit that did 20,000 damage. And then the next hit went straight to 8,000. You know how stupid that is? Having to play for 20 minutes, doing the same thing over and over again for high damage, but by the time you 20 minutes passed, if I used any other spell, I would have done hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of damage. It is sad how bad Melee Mage is, and I really want it to be good. There is no update that I want more than a Melee Mage up buff. It is raining again, god damn it. But like I was saying, I would love this game if Melee Mage got a major buff. And oh my gosh, why is it raining so hard? Anyways, this is another S tier. Shotgun build, but stronger. My next build was the Magic Missile build, which is another D tier. This is a really, really stupid build. It's my dumbest build ever. I cannot believe I won the game. I had no lives left. I had 100 health, but I still won. We're about to finish off with the Saber, which is going probably below the Sniper. So the Saber is our very first weapon that gives you 4 iron strikes in a single hit, or a single focus build-up. You know, that's very powerful, especially with charge and power leap. I just wanted to make this video because I was going to rank your builds, and I need to rank mine first before doing that. So yeah, you know, that's good. That's about it. See ya.